Hello, Mosaic membership. This is Shara Frank, and I'm about to share our 2026 calendar with you. I took in consideration all that you shared in our recent survey and have balanced out a nice mix of all the popular components that you found to be helpful in your work. Moving into January, big thing we have to look forward to is the debut of Mosaic Design School. On the 21st, I'm going to be sharing an introduction to Mosaic Design School, which I have been working on and refining and dreaming up for the last several months. So Mosaic Design School is going to be an advanced membership option to the regular membership. We are going to officially kick off on the 28th. So on the 21st, I'm going to give you a nice big overview of the what, how, when, where, why, and everything. So if you've done a couple mosaics at least, and you're ready to dive in deeper into design and tapping into what moves you and inspires you as an artist, how you can put a mosaic language to that inspiration and put it into tangible skills and application into your own design work to bring your mosaics to the next level, this is going to be the place. There's no other place where you can get this kind of teaching. It comes from a class I offered in my studio called Mosaic Design and Creativity. I offered this class last at the Society of American Mosaic Artists big conference in 2019. It was a sold out workshop and so much fun. We were scheduled to teach it again the following year, but we all know what happened in 2020. So ever since then, I have intended on getting it available as an online class. Now is the time, and I'm going to be rolling it out over the course of the next year as an annual program. So every month is going to be a new lesson with a new challenge and feedback on your work from the previous month. There's so much more to come about this on the 21st. So I invite all of you to join us on the 21st to see if it's right for you. There's going to be early bird options and all kinds of fun things. So be sure to be there on the 21st. There will be a recording shared as well. Also coming in January will be bi-weekly Q&As. So every other week, I will be rounding up questions that are posted or submitted in the membership, answering them in a batch format. We will have a designated place within the membership to submit our questions and photos in the new design coming. In February, we have our first live member meet and greet and a Q&A. We have our tutorial of photographing mosaics, which will be very helpful. I'll show you how I get the best pictures I can with just using my phone, all the tips and tricks. Later in February, we'll have a member spotlight where I will share inspiring stories from our own members. In March, we will have another tutorial all about building your mosaic materials collection. There's lots of questions about how to round out and have all of the various sizes and colors and textures. So this will be a great resource, and it will also include a PDF. The current mixed media resource guide has over 160 links. Lots of them are expired. So this will be an updated resource guide that you can download and keep. Later in March will be a live Zoom mini make-along. These usually go now at least 2 hours. Later in March, I'll share a behind the studio scenes update. I currently have 600 pounds of glass in my driveway that I need to move over to my shop where we pack orders. I'm going to be documenting all of this and what's to come. I have no idea, but it's going to be a lot. And then in April, we have our first new project class. So the project classes are based on an original design of my own work. So for example, the owl, chicken, songbird, ornaments, mini florals. It'll be a new project like that broken down into a class with an optional kit with a member discount. So members will have early access to the kits before any of my other customers with a member discount. In May, we'll have another live member meet and greet. I think there's 3 through the whole year. A live Q&A, another tutorial, this time on handmade mosaic substrates. So this will be how to go to the hardware store, pick out one of those big backer boards, what kinds, where to get them, how to cut them, what tools you need, how to make organic shapes, squared off shapes, and so on, hardware, all of that. I have an intensive course called Base and Sculpture Making for Mosaics. This is going to be a tutorial form of that topic. Later in May is a field trip. I'm not sure where I'm going yet, but I'm going to share all about it with you. In June, we'll have another mini make-along, a tutorial on working with Smulty, behind the scenes studio update. In July, another class based on original project and design of my own, doing a series of studio chats in July through the summer. The first one is going to be about studio habits and time management, which is a biggie for mosaics. Since it's such a time-consuming process, it's a good topic just to flesh out and share our own tips and tricks, what we might have to give each other on that. And in August, we'll have another meet and greet, live Q&A, a tutorial on how to beautifully keystone and gracefully swirl. So these are the angled and cut, specially cut pieces that tend to create nice, rounded, smooth, graceful, whimsy swirls, and so on. This adds so much movement and beauty to our work. So we're going to hone in on how to really do this well and how to practice. We'll have another studio chat about managing creative spaces and studio organization, an endless topic. In September, another mini make-along tutorial on making handmade tiles kiln-free, which I've been doing over the last year and experimenting with lots of different materials. Some that I found in deep rabbit holes online with making and casting different plasters and so on. So I'm excited to get all that out of my head and into your hands for you to try. We'll have another behind the studio scenes update. Who knows what I'll be up to in September. We'll also have a studio chat, mosaic materials, favorite resources, and so on. So we'll do a nice member swap of all of our favorites and go-to places. In October, we'll have another project and class. So these classes are optional if you want the kit or if you just want to take in the class and apply those lessons and ideas to your own project. However you want to use those is totally flexible and up to you. In November, we'll have another live mini make-along and tutorial on making mosaic cookies. So mosaic cookies is building a mosaic portion outside off the substrate and then transferring it onto the substrate. So this makes it a lot more flexible and easier to manage if you don't yet want to commit it onto the substrate that you're building your main mosaic on. I did this a lot on the large Smulty mural I did a few years ago, so I will be pulling examples from that of how I've used this technique and how it's so helpful. In December, we'll do our last meet and greet of the year, our last behind the scenes update of the year, and I'll have a new PDF of mosaic reflections and intentions for 2026 through 2027, which is wild because I just posted the one for 2025 to 2026 a couple weeks ago. So if you haven't filled that out yet, be sure to download it, print it out, fill it out, because once you get that one done and then you have next year's, you can compare the two and really admire all that you've invested and have to look forward to. It's just a really great way to capture everything that we're working on. The summary of the entire year includes 24 bi-weekly Q&As and critiques, 7 special topic mosaic tutorials, including photographing mosaics, building your own material collection or inventory, mosaic substrates, how to keystone and swirl, making kiln-free tiles, making mosaic cookies, 4 complete mosaic project classes with optional kits modeled from my own original designs, and 4 live Zoom member meet and greets and Q&As, 3 live mini make-alongs, 1 field trip, 3 special topic studio chats, 2 member spotlights, and 3 behind the studio scene update. In total, the value of this year's content will be an additional almost $3,000 on top of what we've already added in our first year of the membership. So much to come, and if you can only pick and choose a few things, that will be plenty to keep you busy this year. But if you want to stay on pace with me, I completely welcome you to do it all as well. Let me know in the comments what you're most looking forward to, what you're most excited about. And don't forget to save the date for Mosaic Design School Introduction on January 21st. I can't wait to share all about that with you. All right, I'll see you soon in the Mosaic membership.